Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mashed Potatoes and Gravy Podcast.
Oh yes, this is a frozen TV dinner. We had to preserve this one it was going to be a while till the next one. So
Yeah,
I hope you're okay with maybe instant mashed potatoes and gravy from powder, and I don't know.
I mean, it should stay in the freezer because, the gravy at least is going to melt by the time this podcast is done.
Oh yeah, no, the gravy is literally sweating. The gravy is not going to form a skin. It is too moist today, so you don't have to worry about stirring the gravy.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
You ever had skin on your gravy before?
Yeah, no, I've had gravy skin before. It's
Oh, so you ate it on purpose?
Oh, dude, you scrape that shit off and snort it.
Oh, all right, Ed.
Dry it out, grind it up into powder, and
And then drink boiling hot water. That's how real men eat gravy.
yeah.
No, boiling milk.
Oh, you're right. Boiling milk.
All right, Homelander.
Dip you in boiling milk.
Speaking of Homelander, got his ass beat by Omni-Man in a death battle.
He did. That was a thing.
I didn't even see
Oh,
that came out, but
It's the shortest death battle I've ever seen.
One of, yeah.
Like, no, even the analysis part is shorter than most I've ever seen. Like the entire video and the fight was just so short and sweet. It was so good.
Yeah.
Might have to show Evan here real quick.
we
It's
could-
about 1 minute and 20 seconds long. No,
oh, well, later.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
yeah, we'll talk about this later. As soon as you said Homelander, I was like, fuck, we need to talk about it later. No.
Yeah, no, Homelander got worked.
Oh,
I imagine he would.
Well, see, the analysis gives Homelander fans a small glimmer of hope because he's got extra powers that Omni-Man doesn't have.
Yeah, but
Spoiler alert, it doesn't fucking matter.
No. No, Omni-Man literally says, I'm going to feed you your heart. And then at the end of the battle, just tears open Homelander's jaw, pulls his heart out, stuffs it in his mouth, and just grabs him by the side of his head and says, now chew. I mean, come on, man. You can't beat J.K. Simmons. It's not possible.
No.
You really can't. It's not especially when you can
Not
fucking
in
apparently
his-
fly faster than the speed of light and, obliterate the moon twice over by flying. No.
Yeah.
Also, J.K. Simmons, he's been on a warpath looking for those pictures of Spider-Man, and I don't think anybody's going to stop him.
Yeah.
You know what's even worse? I heard that right before, Omni-Man lost his shit, J. Jonah Jameson found out that he did get the picture of Spider-Man, and they were photoshopped again. And so that's what really kicked off everything in episode 1, was finding out that the pictures were fake, and one of the Guardians of the Globe had something to do with it, maybe. And so he just took no chances and wiped them out.
Yeah. There was a
This is
great...
dumb. What are we talking about?
There was this great Loki meme.
People who have seen the show know what the fuck we're talking about.
Well,
so
I've seen the show.
Yeah.
I watched it with Hank.
Yeah. But there was this great meme. It was from Loki, and Owen Wilson's character was like one of the most dangerous people you've ever met. There's different versions of them coming from different universes, and it's just like Omni-Man, J. Jonah Jameson, Tenzin, the guy from Oz.
Oh, not the guy from... Fuck, no, the guy from Oz is the scariest one.
Yeah.
It was a great meme.
He will use some sort of weird
Rapey.
black substance to rape you with as lube.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good on him. He used lube in that scene.
Yeah, he
I don't
didn't-
know what the fuck that stuff was, but...
Used motor oil.
It was probably chocolate syrup or something,
Well,
I think.
he dips into it, and it's just this brownish goop. It reminds me of shoe wax or something, but I don't know. It was in where they were playing pool at. I don't know what it was there for.
Yeah, who knows?
Looked like a varnish for something, which doesn't seem like a good thing
No.
to use
For either one of them.
on your dick.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe his dick got super shiny afterwards.
That is entirely possible.
Don't have to wash it for the next 5 years because it's completely sealed off from the elements. So,
Yeah. From all the elements. It's
You
constantly
just need to towel it down every once in a
He
while.
should have used it on his face before Beecher shit on it. Anyways.
Yeah. So real quick, do we want to talk about Ethan Klein's descent into madness?
Which one?
I don't know.
Oh.
I
Which
don't know
one
what
is
you're
the-
referring to.
The most recent one.
Yeah,
What happened?
I haven't watched really anything of his. in a
Well,
long time.
he did a bad kind of, and I'm not gonna dive into the politics on either side of this argument. 'Cause I
Did a
don't-
Jewish man mention that Israel might not be doing the best possible things? Is that what happened?
No, it actually wasn't that. Weirdly enough. No. After the mass shooting down in Texas, he was on his podcast and he was briefly talking about the NRA conference that was going on.
Yeah, actually, All Gas, No Brakes. That guy put out a video today where he went to that conference and
Oh.
then he went to like the school, the Uvalde school.
Huh. Yeah, well, anyway, on his podcast, Ethan was talking about it. He's like, I think he's like, do we know what's they were talking about inside that building? Somebody should like fucking bomb that building. And at that point, like his entire like crew he has when he's filming a podcast, like first they like kind of like did like the technical difficulties thing, and then they kept like trying to cut back into the show, and like his lead guy was like, Ethan, just dude, stop, don't make this fucking joke, just stop it.
He was saying
right now.
Why was he saying someone should bomb the building?
Fuck, I don't know.
No, I'm betting because I watched a lot of H3 videos. I mean, I'm betting that I'm betting there was a joke there somewhere. It's just
Here's the joke.
It's just one that he shouldn't have made.
The joke would have been if they would have heard someone planted a bomb, they would have actually sent someone in to disarm it. Someone actually would have been inside the school.
Maybe the police would have gone in there instead of waiting outside for an hour.
Well, no, he was talking about bombing the NRA convention.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently, NRA is guns, and I guess guns equal bad because mass shooting?
No. Guns don't equal bad, but the NRA's fucking worshipping of guns and everything to do with them.
And
That's
having a big gun convention, it was like a day or two after the shooting.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of in poor taste.
Yeah.
That's not even kind of, that's just in poor taste. And a lot of people aren't even calling for a ban on guns in general. It's more like
reform the police, motherfuckers.
Who needs these assault rifles? And also, like, maybe the background checks should be a little bit more in depth, and like you should have to take like a course. And I mean that's what I think. Like I hate to say like ban. I hate to say ban like those semi-auto assault rifles, but there is, because I don't fully believe in that. I kind of do, because if those just weren't able to be just bought, it'd be a hell of a lot harder for someone. Sure, they could still go in with shotguns or pistols, but it's a lot more difficult with that than it is with an assault rifle. You wouldn't be able to kill as many people.
If you were a good shot enough with an assault rifle, you reasonably, kill, I don't know, like 20 people with a single magazine. Because it's a giant fucking bullet and it shoots really far and it's very accurate.
I think it was 21 people, 19 students and 2 teachers.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, real
19
quick.
children, babies, really.
Yeah. One of the gross things happening about one of the growing thought processes about this happening is that the Uvalde police, like, when they were doing interviews still, kept reaffirming that only the shooter shot anyone. And since they have completely shut down any cooperation with the investigation, people are like, I'm pretty sure a cop shot a kid. They suddenly stopped fucking cooperating with everything. Yeah. And they were talking about how like only the shooter shot anybody. And it's like, wait, why are you specifically saying it that particular way?
And okay, it wasn't a cop who ended up killing him. It was like an off-duty border guard guy.
Border guard? I mean, I thought it was like school. I thought it was campus police or some shit.
No, it was an off-duty guy who like works at the border between Mexico and the U.S. who just managed to get around the police and get in there because the police were physically keeping people from running in to grab their children, which, like, yeah, that makes sense. But also, like, why aren't you guys already in there? And I loved the quote I saw where they were like, yeah, they were afraid they were going to get shot. And it's like,
so were the fucking children.
Motherfucking what? There are children being killed. Like, any normal person in general should immediately be like, fuck it, I'm going in.
Yeah,
like, if I'm standing there with a handgun and I know children are being slaughtered in that school by
one person, that makes it even easier.
I don't say it often anymore, but some fucking faggot with a gun in there, go in and fucking shoot him. Call him a faggot to his face. And then it'd be like, you're gayer than me, and I fuck dudes, so faggot.
Accurate, yes, indeed.
Fucking. And apparently he did have some like cross-dressing shit too. I know people have been leaking pictures that he like took of himself in like dresses and stuff. Which that's not the reason I'm calling him a faggot. No. I'm calling him a faggot because he's killing kids. That's faggot behavior.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, probably.
Well, the actual. You know what the fuck I'm saying.
No, I know.
But yeah, the police wouldn't go in because they were afraid of getting shot.
And they
Children
changed
were
the
being
story like
fucking
9 times
murdered.
in a row.
And yeah, Ethan should not be saying somebody should bomb that building.
Yeah.
I understand the sentiment behind it, but also, like,
Legal.
obviously, especially when you're somebody with as much influence as him, you shouldn't start saying, hey, somebody should go bomb that building, because
that's
somebody might just be crazy enough to do it.
Yeah.
And not understand that it's a joke, or
Yeah.
kind of halfway a joke.
Yeah, the part of it that I guess kind of upset me about the whole situation, because like I said, I didn't dive into like Ethan's politics or any of the people that are like, shooting, quote unquote, shooting back at him, because I don't fucking care and I don't really want to know. But the thing is, like, a big time YouTuber like Ethan, not only does he have influence, but he has a full staff of people that he like pays to help him out with his podcasts and stuff. And like, if he gets like, I don't know, he's not gonna get booted off of YouTube because he had the freaking CEO of YouTube on his podcast at one point, so that's not gonna happen. But like, worst case scenario, if he did get banned, then like all those people are out of a job, and since he's employing them, he is responsible for them.
They do live in Los Angeles. At least, yeah, he's in LA. And, I mean, for those people, just because Ethan said what he said, but those people can be like, yeah, I worked on one of the most popular podcasts that was out there for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be...
It's a good resume. They could get another job, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but sentiment is, job hunting sucks no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, well, 98% of us have a really hard time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just the fact that he, said something like that and then kept going even when like his, I don't know what the guy, I think it was like his lead sound engineer or something that was like, Ethan, just please stop, don't make this joke. And then Ethan was like, oh, what, too soon? You sure somebody suddenly bomb that place? And he's just like, Ethan, just stop.
It's the kind of thing. It's the kind of thing that I could sit here and say in my living room, like, somebody should fucking bomb that place, and that's fine, because I don't have millions of people watching who may be easily swayed by me saying that.
And like, I'm not employed by you, so even if I get banned from YouTube, the only one really affected is me, because I'm my own staff. And well, I just lost my one of my favorite hobbies, but oh well.
No, you lost one of your favorite hobbies on this one YouTube channel.
We
You can rebuild your 20 subscribers.
Yeah, I don't think we're quite big enough to warrant any. We could say whatever the fuck we want, and no one's gonna notice.
Yeah.
For the most part, but because I'm pretty sure we've said some things we shouldn't have.
Oh yeah.
A while ago. You've said things too. Shut up. It wasn't just me.
No,
all I said was we, and everything you said is told the audience.
And then I got really defensive. Which there's a lot of stuff I know I said like back at the old house and stuff.
Dude, we recorded Alcoholic Grandma on this podcast.
That I completely
or Grandma Scope. There we go.
Disavow. Hey, that's still funny, but God, Three Bears. We've been having some stuff going on. The thieves.
Stealing shit, huh?
We had to completely take the cases of crab out of the case, and we only sell them in the back now, because people have been stealing them. They'll take 2 cases of crab at a time, and they're $500 each, which is absurd.
Yeah.
And so got a guy on video. Dylan's mom came in. Dilly Bear's mom.
Oh, Dilly Bear's
came in and showed me on Facebook. They're selling them on Facebook, and they're selling them for half price because they're getting them for free by stealing them. But watched a guy on camera walk out with 2, and then the next day after we had reported it, I was walking down next to the liquor store, because that's where they'd been walking out of.
Yeah.
And there was just a cart there with 2 more boxes of crab in it, sitting just kind of around the corner and kind of hidden next to the liquor store. And it's like, oh, somebody set this up, and somebody else was definitely coming in to grab it. And in retrospect, we should have just kept an eye on it. We should have called the cops and left it there, and then let the person come in for it. But whatever, we took it and put it away. And so we pulled all the cases of crab out, but so now you have to ask for it at the meat department or the counter, and they have to bring it to the front and watch it get scanned and bought. But they still had the like packs, just the smaller packs of crab, which are still like $50 each. And I guess the other day somebody managed. I don't know how they're getting away with it because it was on a day I wasn't there, and they loaded up the cart with all of that, the smaller things of it, and somehow got out the door with it and got away. And we got their license plate though and everything else because finally at the end, somebody noticed at the end and was able to get a picture of their license plate and car. But it's like, okay, so we just have to pull it all because these people are just getting all their drug money from us, which, you know, is not good.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised by how easy it is to just walk out the door with zero hesitation or nervousness, and literally no one will notice.
Well, that's the thing though, is people are supposed to be
especially
looking.
with
That's
a bunch
why
of shit that
we
doesn't
always
have bags. Like if it doesn't require bags or it's too big for bags, and it's just bulky items in your car, and you just walk out the door going like, "Have a good one." Literally, no one's ever. It'll be like 10 minutes later when everyone's like, "Wait,
well,
what?" Nah.
they're supposed to ask for a receipt when they see people doing that because
Yeah.
we keep people on those end registers for that reason. And then the people in the liquor store, which we have the liquor store people now, they just have to. Anybody who walks into the liquor store and is just trying to walk through and out, we were like, I don't care if you're with a customer, no matter what, stop them, check the receipt. And because, like, too many people are getting away with this kind of shit.
I would be asking for a raise if I'm going to be a potential security guard.
Yeah, you're not a security guard. If they don't have a receipt and they run out the door, then let them. But
No, I mean more in the what if they get asked for a receipt and immediately become aggressive to the poor old lady in the liquor store? No.
nobody's gonna do anything.
If it's
They're-
over $500
they're just gonna try
worth
and
of
run
drug
out.
money,
They're
that
just
they
gonna
might.
try and run out. Is all they're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean,
And we have to do something.
you
so
did
it's-
have crack Batman at your store, so you never know.
Exactly, and that's what we've told people too. It's like, don't try and stop them if they run out, but ask them for a receipt, and if they're ignoring you and everything, and just try to go out the door. Yeah, don't try and stop them or anything. Just call us, and then we can get them on the camera, and it's fine. We'll know who they are. But yeah, there's that. There's the homeless camp is being built up in the woods again. So every day I go out, when I go out to
Yeah,
smoke,
fuck those people have no
I
place
can
to
just I can just hear them over there just making noises all the time. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Trying to
and-
entertain themselves without running water or electricity.
Yeah, and no, I don't. It's not like I have some problem with the homeless. My problem
I'm
is
teasing you.
I go out to the side of the building to smoke, and then like two of them come around the corner every time and go, "Do you guys smoke?" And it's like, fucking no, get away from me. I pay for my own addiction. I'm not paying for yours. And so the other day, I'm sitting down. So now I just go. It's back to the summer thing where I just have to go completely behind the building and hide, so that every time I go out, I'm not getting asked for smokes. But the other day, I was sitting on the stairs on the side of the building, down towards the end, and I hear this shuffling come up behind me, and I'm like, "Don't look, don't make eye contact." Like I know.
Their site's based on movement.
Yeah, it's like if I don't look at them, maybe they won't talk to me. And then I'm like, but also, this could be somebody who's on a lot of drugs because they often are.
Yes.
And so I'm like, fuck it, turn and look, and it's this real chubby girl. She's got her shirt tied up like the Daisy Duke type thing.
Yeah.
So just belly spilling out and massive, just nasty veiny tits. Lincoln, get back in here.
Wait, are they nasty because of the veins, or are they nasty and then also veiny?
They're just all around bad. Lincoln, get back in here. Get back in here. But
And I hate to say this, is it the type of boobs that guys get when they get way too fat and they don't look like actual boobs, and so it's like you just got fat.
no, they were definitely boobs, but and she also just had, and she's wearing the tiniest shorts, and then she just has raccoon eyes, just the biggest dark circles around her eyes. But I turn and look, and she's like, "Hey, honey, do you have a lighter I can use?" And she's got like the tiniest little halfie, and she's just asking for my lighter. I didn't want to give it to her, but I was holding it in my hand, so it was like,
Has anyone really
fuck, okay,
dished off with your lighter before?
no, but I don't want her to touch it. She just came out of those woods, and the way she's dressed, I don't know what she's doing over there in those
Yeah,
woods.
good point. Yeah.
Like, her hands could be
For some reason, I thought it
Her
was
hands could be penises.
For some reason, I thought it was a general. Well, wait. Oh no, it's penis.
But also,
sorry, I thought you didn't.
Also, just like she did not look clean at all. So, I can be like a germaphobe when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I'm just kidding.
So, but I'm holding it in my hand, and she's like, "Could you just light this for me, honey?" She kept calling me honey. And so I try to light. I'm like, good, I'll just light it for her, and then she'll be on her way. But the wind kept picking up. Couldn't light it. And then, so she goes to do the shielding the wind thing on my hand, and just slaps my hand down right between her disgusting, sweaty tits. So I'm immediately like, oh, you go ahead and do it. Like, let go of the lighter and just like, yep, you got it. She lights it and just, thanks, honey. Have a good day, honey. And I walk back inside like a freaking surgeon after washing his hands. Just hands up here, go straight to produce, throw my lighter away, and then just wash up to my elbows with soap for like 2 minutes. It's just like, that's the worst thing that's ever happened.
Alright, so here's how you gotta deal with those people, right?
Oh, it's the phone. All the animals are freaking out right now, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't like that. So yeah, now it's back to hiding around behind the building where they can't see me and bug me, because I don't want to deal with. I don't like giving people cigarettes that I don't know, and even really people that I do know for the most part.
Yeah.
Like fuck off, buy your own.
Evan, can I have 12 cigarettes, like right now?
No, you
12
can't.
exactly?
I have about the exact amount I need for the week, and I'm broke, so no.
No, the one I avoid at my work lately, ever since she's been...
Is that your lighter?
Oh, shit. No,
Ever since
mine's in my pocket.
Ever since dipping her head back out into the daylight, because I'm assuming she either finally went to court or got caught by the cops, but I see her around a lot more now. But unfortunately, it's Lisa's sister. Oh. Fucking Christ. Oh, and she latches on to me because I went to school with her. So if she sees me, is like, oh yeah, I'm getting a cigarette off that guy. I was like, fuck, no. I literally saw her not see me while I was sitting outside and she was talking to her, at the moment of this week, her fucking drug dealing boyfriend. And I just kind of like got up, walked inside, went to the break room. Yeah. I'm so fucking dumb, dude.
That's the worst. Is like there's a couple. I haven't seen either of them in a while, but you know at least one of them.
Oh, I am aware of him.
When he used to, it just his name. You don't know. But when you
yeah, you gotta be careful.
I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know if he still lives up here, but this guy, yeah, every time he would come into the store and be like, "Can I get a job, man?" and just ripping holes in his neck while he's talking to me, and he's just all fucking scratched up and
breathing like the regenerator from Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, essentially. And yeah, it at the time, at least, I think the last time I saw him, I was running Hava, and so at the time I was like, oh, I can't get you a job. Like, I'm not in any way in charge. Sorry, man. And before that, the other times it was like, I'm just a stalker, so I've got no pull. And now I hope I never see him, because now I have pull, but I'm certainly not using it for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was always, can I get a job, and can I get a cigarette? And it's never just, can I get a cigarette? You got a lighter too? I'll go out and smoke and bring it back to you. Like, fucking no. I don't want to. No. I'll just walk out there with you, and then you can give it right back, and then you can fuck off and leave me alone. And the other one, I don't think either of you guys ever met. It was one of Zay's friends, but no, you definitely met him. I guess Cyclops. Remember him?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He was around at the castle, and that's when he started going down his path. But yeah, he would come around. I don't think he's up here either, but I know he's sober now.
That's good.
So, well, he was sober. I don't know if he's still sober. I haven't checked, but yeah, he would come around, and he'd always have a buddy with him too. And I'm pretty sure they were living in those apartments behind Three Bears, because they would come by like a few times a week, and he'd just be like, hey, mind if we get a couple cigarettes? And like, a couple of times I was out there smoking already, and they just want to talk to me, and they're all like clearly high as shit, and it's just like, you guys fucking suck. Get away from me. But yeah, fun times.
Yeah. So, do we want to talk about movies or video games first?
Depends on what video game and what movie you're going to talk about first.
The movie would, well, the only one I've seen recently was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Why don't you go into
What's your
that?
video
Although I'm going to watch it at some point, so I mean, I don't want too many spoilers.
I mean, it's kind of hard to not talk about spoilers with that movie.
Yeah, fuck it. Go ahead.
Yeah, because
I guess fuck it.
for a movie involving, you know, the concept of a multiverse, the plot is actually really fucking simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, there's this character in the MCU now who I think exists in the comics. Her name is America Chavez.
Doesn't sound familiar at all.
Yeah. I think she was comics first, but essentially she is the only one in the multiverse with the power to literally hop between universes. And she keeps trying to get Doctor Strange's help by like going to different universe counterparts of his because she's getting chased by interdimensional monsters, including Shuma Gorath, which I thought was fucking awesome.
Who's Shuma Gorath?
He's the big octopus eyeball. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3, which is why I was excited to see him. Apparently, he's like a mini Cthulhu in the comics, I think.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So, it turns out the one who is sending these monsters after her is actually the Scarlet Witch. And this is where I was mildly confused, because I have still not yet watched WandaVision, which I should. But I guess it didn't end on a happy note. Basically,
No.
she had kids, and then she did not have kids. So now she's obsessed with trying to capture America Chavez to use her power to go to a universe where she can be with her kids again. And she wants, like, it's actually very well addressed. Like, Doctor Strange straight up asks her at one point, he's like, why don't you just ask her to send you to a universe where you can be with her kids? And she says, no, I need that power because what if my kids get sick and we're in a universe that doesn't have a cure for their problem? I need the ability to go and find that cure in the infinite multiverse, which, I mean, okay, Wanda, you're a little bit insane.
Yeah.
You're a little insane, but also as a parent,
I get it.
I see where you're coming from on that one.
I get it, but like, calm down.
Yeah.
Then look for a universe where your kids are alive and all diseases have been eradicated. Fucking, it's not that hard. There's an infinite amount.
Yeah. But essentially the whole movie is her
That's
chasing...
probably what makes it hard.
Yeah.
Is that there's an infinite amount. So finding that universe.
Well, no, because I'm assuming when you use your powers to locate another dimensional portal, it's kind of like Googling, like, and you put in whatever you want. And if there's an infinite amount, you put in Wanda's kids still alive, all diseases eradicated, and you get 226 trillion fucking results out of infinity or something. I don't know.
It's kind of a big thing that up until like the very end of the movie, America Chavez can't actually control her powers. So when she goes somewhere else, she actually has no idea where she's fucking
I was
going.
gonna say it's probably not as simple.
Oh,
as
so
people
she's
say.
Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Okay, that sucks. That actually really sucks.
I'm retarded? But the whole movie is essentially Wanda chasing Doctor Strange and America Chavez through the multiverse. But also the movie is directed by Sam Raimi, so there's a lot of Evil Dead in this movie.
Is Bruce Campbell there?
Oh, Bruce Campbell is there.
Oh,
Is there a
I
different
like
Bruce
Bruce.
Campbell in every universe? Because there should be.
Oh my god, I hope so.
Well, okay, so theory crafting time, right?
Oh god.
All right, so one of the things we find out in this movie is that whenever you dream, you're not just dreaming any random old thing. You're actually essentially experiencing part of a life of your, like a different you in the multiverse.
That's fucking horrifying because I signed some whack ass dreams.
Yeah.
If that's a real steady, like stable working universe, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's at one point when she's explaining that, the character Wong is like, wait, so those dreams I have where I like show up to college classes in my underwear? Yep, it's probably real.
Unless you're.
All right. So but I'll wait until you get back. But also to that point, America Chavez is literally the only America Chavez in the multiverse because she does not dream. So there's no multiverse counterpart of hers for her to experience in her dreams.
Yeah, well, she's not the only person who doesn't dream. That's like a whole ass fucking thing. There's probably several thousand of people who are not a multiversal person.
Well, I mean, it's never really gone into. And also, the people who can't dream, that's usually down to a medical condition, which I'm pretty sure America Chavez doesn't have, or she would have mentioned. I don't know.
Oh, so is it a... Well, if it's not a medical problem, did the multiverse decide she doesn't dream then, or like what?
Because she doesn't have, since she's the only one and has no multiversal counterparts, there's nothing for her to observe while she's dreaming, because she's the only one.
Oh, the way you said it the first time made it sound like she doesn't dream, therefore there are no other counterparts. Not that there are no other counterparts, therefore she doesn't dream.
Yeah, there's no other counterparts, therefore she does not dream.
Oh, okay.
That was quick.
That was just urine.
Oh. So anyway, my multiversal Bruce Campbell theory, right? So, here's what I think. I think Bruce Campbell, possibly as Ash from The Evil Dead, actually uses his version of this thing in the movie called a Darkhold, which is like a big book of evil sorcery. So in his universe, would be the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
So Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, uses the Darkhold to do what's called dream walking, where she essentially possesses the body of her counterpart in a different universe, and she herself can't travel to the different dimensions without having America Chavez's help. So she's essentially being a multiversal ghost possessing herself. I think Ash from The Evil Dead is using the Necronomicon to dreamwalk into different versions of himself, because he's been there for quite a few important events in the MCU now that Maguire-verse is part of the MCU. Yeah. He's the one who gave Spider-Man his name in that universe. He was the one who wouldn't let him make a fool of himself by showing up late to Mary Jane's musical recital in Spider-Man 2. He was there to try and help Peter Parker propose to Mary Jane before, Harry Osborn screwed that whole thing up. So,
Bruce Campbell is the one above all.
No, Stan Lee's the one above.
No, he's the Watcher.
No, Jeffrey Wright's the Watcher.
No, he literally reports to the other Watchers and gets left behind by them because he couldn't. There's a whole scene where he literally gets left behind by the other Watchers.
Stan Lee?
Yes.
Oh.
In what? What movie?
I don't remember the movie, I just remember the scene.
I know there was a scene where he was talking to the Watchers, but I didn't see him get left behind or anything.
Yeah, we'll keep going with your thing. But no, it got pretty much confirmed that he was supposed to be the Watcher.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Because he's always there, but he doesn't have any pivotal roles. He just is there to see shit and be a little cameo.
He doesn't see shit in Amazing Spider-Man. He's got the headphones on.
Yep. That particular iteration of him was not all that observant for a Watcher.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Bruce Campbell's actual cameo in this movie is so fucking good, because he gets 2 cameos in the movie. And, spoiler alert, one of them is the final post-credits scene, which I'm just gonna find on YouTube so you guys can watch it. But, anyway, so, the first different universe that America Chavez and Doc Strange pop into, he talks about, we should go find some food, but, I don't have any, money from this universe. And America Chavez says, well, weird thing, in most universes, food's actually free. So it's kind of weird that you have to pay for it in your universe. So she just walks off screen and comes back with, literal balls made of pizza. She's like, yeah, it's pizza balls. Check this out. And she's starts eating them, and then you hear a voice, hey, you didn't pay for that. And then the camera pans around to the guy at the pizza ball little mobile stand. Who is it? Bruce fucking Campbell. And he delivers an absolute gem of a line. Hey, you gotta pay for that. The pizza papa always gets paid. So then Doctor Strange's like, all right, pizza papa. She didn't know. She's not from around here. I'm sure we could sort this out. And then the pizza papa starts getting a little bit aggressive, grabs Doctor Strange's cloak and gives some very important plot information, which is why I think Bruce Campbell's a god in this universe. But he's looking at Doctor Strange's cloak. He's like, oh, hey, that feels legit. Is this the real thing? Did you steal this from the Strange Museum? And because he was getting handsy with Doctor Strange put a bit of a spell on him, and then in masterclass Bruce Campbell fashion, he starts beating the shit out of himself.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and he's just slamming his head into like his own pizza ball cart over and over again as they walk away. And then America Chavez is like, so like, is he gonna be okay? And Dr. Strange's like, yeah, it's a simple spell. It'll wear off in about 13 hours.
So he's gonna die.
So here's the thing. He's literally telling them the story, and they just kind of leave.
Hey, wait, where are you going?
Oh, okay. I
You're
remember
supposed
that.
to be my lift home. How will I get out of here? Hey, RG, I've got so many more stories to tell. Oh, guys.
All right, fair enough.
And even if you want to say maybe he was leaning into the role of a weird, out of the loop type of old man who somehow talks to the Watchers, that's not how the One Above All communicates to anyone at all whatsoever. Sorry, I got way too hooked on. I was like, wait, no, I know he is.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah. So essentially, the whole movie is Doctor Strange and America Chavez roaming through the multiverse.
Running from Wanda.
Yeah, and
Why is Doctor Strange running from Wanda?
because Doctor Strange is in fact the Sorcerer Supreme.
He's a wizard. Wanda's a sorcerer. He has to rest to restore his spell slot. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, and like he's a powerful spellcaster, but Wanda is like a straight up reality warper.
Yeah, she like channels the like fundamental forces of the universe to perform magic, and Doctor Strange actually performs magic. It's like slightly different.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, in D&D terms it'd be like a 3rd level wizard versus like a 20th level wizard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes from
I would think
casting Fireball and casting Wish, and it's like, yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
I would think he'd have, and I'm sure he does in the movie, but just all sort of tricks up his sleeves that she would have no idea about that he could use.
Yeah,
to
I
deal
mean,
with her.
that's a big part of how they stay ahead of her for so long, is that he does know some tricks, but he doesn't know anything that can actually, like, stop her.
And also, this is just MCU. Like,
Yeah.
comic, Doctor Strange can and has stopped Wanda.
Yeah. But, the whole movie is very good. It's very Evil Dead-y. Like, there's, we actually get, like, straight up Deadite Strange at one point.
No fucking way, really?
Yeah, because, the alternate...
That's really bad, by the way.
Yeah, the alternate version of Doctor Strange that was with America Chavez at the beginning of the movie dies protecting her, but then his body gets left behind in the main MCU verse, which they've officially named 616 at this point. So.
Oh, I thought 616 has been the main unit for like a while now.
Yeah, that's the comics mainline universe. They've officially now also dubbed the MCU mainline universe as 616. So,
wait, I thought
Interesting.
the MCU had
You
its
would
own
think
number.
it'd be its.
I'm pretty sure it has its
different.
own number.
yeah, it does have its own number, and I don't know, you can look it up on the Marvel Wiki, but like the MCU verse does have its own numerical code, but now in the MCU in and of itself,
They
it is
also
referred to as
just call it-
616.
So the MCU's version of base Earth is 616, even
Yes.
though it's not the same 616. They could have just said 615 something. Because now
626.
they're fucking with us on purpose.
Yeah. But so anyway, alternate Doctor Strange's body is left on Earth 616, where Doctor Strange buries it, and then he gets stuck in another alternate universe with an evil version of himself. They fight. He kills Evil Strange, but because America Chavez has been kidnapped by Wanda at this point, he actually can't universe hop anymore. So he gets Evil Strange's version of the Necronomicon, the Darkhold, and he uses it to literally dreamwalk into the deceased corpse of the alternate Strange that's on Earth 616. So it's literally Doctor Strange piloting an alternate version of his own dead body, and he is actually straight up just Deadite Strange.
Huh.
And apparently possessing bodies is really against the rules of the underworld. So once he starts piloting the dead body, like a bunch of damned souls actually show up for almost literally like a Dead by Dawn scene, where they're like, Stephen Strange, you are committing the ultimate sin and you will be dragged to hell. Yes, dragged to hell. And then he...
Another Sam Raimi reference there.
Yeah, and then
Right,
because
yeah.
he's also the Sorcerer Supreme, he just straight up like magics control of those evil spirits and forms them into like a quasi cloak of levitation. So he's literally flying around on wings made of damned souls.
Yeah, it's almost like the Deadites forgot they're not in their own universe, and hell is actually relatively low on the totem pole.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Evil Dead's DNA in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and I'm fucking here for it. Like, the movie in and of itself is an 8 out of 10. Bruce Campbell's cameos, which I guess I'll show you the second one now. I think got volume on it, right?
Yeah, the speakers are plugged in. Speakers are plugged in to the monitor unless
Yeah.
you unplug them.
I did not.
Is it just turned? Hit play. Okay, maybe with your computer hooked up, it's dumb.
Yeah, there was also, I don't know. Oh, you just unplugged it. Okay. Yeah, I gotta plug it into the headphone jack. Alright.
Hit play. Okay. I don't know why that's not working.
Let me try. Is it this
Just because.
microphone? I'm sorry, but anyway. So here's Bruce Campbell's post-credits scene. I'm not gonna put it up on display because I don't know, copyright probably. But there we go.
It's over!
Mwah, gold, chef's
Oh.
kiss.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he did. He did just break the fourth wall. He could be a cosmic or higher being. Yes, indeed.
It did look like. I mean, obviously, he was celebrating the fact that he was not hitting himself
Yeah,
anymore.
and then the movie was over, and Sam Raimi actually went on record probably for people exactly like me who's like, is he breaking the fourth wall? Is he like a version of Deadpool? No, it's a joke. That's what post-credit scene used to be. Remember?
No, because as far back as like 2008 in the Hulk movie, post-credit scene meant something influential for the next movie. God damn it!
Yeah, but
it's been at least 20 fucking years almost.
Yeah, but there was some that was like a joke scene, like the end of the Avengers movie where they're just sitting quietly and eating shawarma.
That's not a joke. They were just sitting there quietly eating shawarma.
Yeah,
I mean, that was the joke. It's that.
But they
New
actually
York
did
just
that.
got
That wasn't
fucking
like that
leveled,
actually
and-
happened. They just had some shawarma after the fight.
Yeah.
And they left.
Yeah,
But it
it's,
didn't mean
it's
anything.
funny that after this huge fight with New York in shambles, they went and got the shawarma that Tony had referenced earlier in the movie.
yeah. After the Hulk literally shouted him back to life.
I'm just saying, when a character looks directly in the camera, especially in this like third phase MCU days, that means they did something other than just look at the camera and make a joke. No.
Well, Sam Raimi said it wasn't, so.
Well, fuck him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
well,
kidding.
yeah,
I
I'm
love you, Sam
excited.
Raimi, don't hate us.
Yeah, no, we
I'm
love you.
excited to see it.
Yeah, I do have to talk about the one thing that really keeps this movie from being a 10 out of 10 for me, and this is some pretty heavy spoilers, but so there's a scene that involves the Illuminati, which I know you're familiar with the
I
Illuminati.
know.
I know what the Illuminati
Okay,
is.
so
No, you know what the Marvel Comics Illuminati is?
Oh, I don't
Ah, yeah, that's
Probably-
exactly what we were asking.
Probably similar.
No, because they're actually a force for good. They're actually
Ish,
like,
yeah.
I thought they were like the whole point of like keeping the Earth safe and humans safe-ish.
Yeah, I mean they're the ones who booted Hulk off the planet during
And
the-
caused World War Hulk.
Yeah, and caused World War Hulk.
Okay.
So Doctor Strange goes to the no, he's still in Bruce Campbell first. That's what I'm going to call it. They gave this one a number 2, and it was like number 8 something. I don't remember. It's Bruce Campbell first for the.
What is your shirt?
Oh, I don't know. Came from Loot Crate. I think it's like what is it,
F
Mr.
Society.
Mr. Roboto or something. I don't know.
No, anyway, real quick, Illuminati is like Richard Reeves, like Doctor Doom, a bunch of the other Earth
Yeah.
smartest. No, just the
Tony
smartest
Stark,
people.
and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the most
The people
powerful,
who-
just the
I mean, I've
smartest.
I've read Planet Hulk and World War Hulk.
Yeah.
So I'm aware of who kicked him off. So if that's
Yeah,
who's in the Illuminati.
it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, the slightly different members. So in Bruce Campbell verse, they end up capturing Doctor Strange and America Chavez because it turns out that unlike the memorial statue to their Doctor Strange, he didn't die bravely fighting Thanos. They actually had to kill him afterwards because he utilized the Darkhold, which corrupts people because it's basically the Necronomicon, and he went off the rails a little bit.
Oh.
So
Wait,
they
does
keep,
the Necronomicon actually corrupt people? Because all I've ever seen is it really dumb people decide to read the words out loud. And that's what happens every time.
Anybody but Bruce Campbell, essentially, is corrupted by the Necronomicon. And the only reason Ash isn't corrupted is either because he is, depending on the timeline you're going with, like in the comics, he is the chosen one, so he can't be corrupted.
El Jefe.
Yeah, and in the the TV timeline, he is El Jefe, and also he might be a little bit too stupid to be corrupted. We're not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who summoned or unleashed the Necronomicon in the first two Evil Dead movies were probably dumber than him, because guess what? He survived, so
He did
dumber than
well.
him.
Yeah. Anyway, so the point is the Darkhold corrupts people, and it corrupted the Bruce version of Doctor Strange. So he actually had to be killed by the Illuminati after Thanos was defeated.
The Kumalati?
Yeah. So when 616 Doctor Strange shows up, they instantly capture him because they understand exactly how dangerous Doctor Strange can be.
I think everyone would. You really think they would?
Yeah. So anyway, he gets taken before the Illuminati, which consists of alternate universe Captain America, which is Captain Carter in this universe.
Fuck yeah.
Alternate universe Captain Marvel, who I think she played Captain Marvel's best friend in the 616 Captain Marvel movie. I don't know. I only watched it once, and I was really tired at the time. And then it also has Baron Mordo, Doctor Strange's kind of villain from the first movie, who took over as Sorcerer Supreme after Bruceverse died. Mr. Fantastic, played by the guy from The Quiet Place, Post LaBeouf, or whatever his name was.
Oh, he played Richard.
Wait, from A Quiet Place? You mean John Krasinski?
Yeah, him.
Oh,
Yeah, he plays Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, in this
I was
film.
gonna say Richard
I
Reed.
like that.
Yeah, it was a good casting that people have wanted for a long time. And
He's, that's Jim from The Office.
Oh,
as
that-
well.
yeah, but and also Charles Xavier, played by Patrick Stewart, is in this movie with his pimpin' bright yellow fucking hover wheelchair.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
Why?
you'd think
I
at that point.
thought he legit retired from the role after Logan. Same with, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but they were probably like, hey, you want to come do this? It's like one scene.
Yeah,
It'll take
there goes the poignancy of Logan. All of it's gone down the drain.
Well, this is a different universe.
Yeah, and then they also have, yeah, and then I'm guessing neither of you actually watched The Inhumans, which
No.
Okay, the show wasn't the show was not great, but the character in the Illuminati, Black Bolt, is a fucking awesome character.
Oh, yeah, I know Black Bolt.
Yeah, Black Bolt is there. So,
Black Bolt's cool.
Yeah, he really is, and this is why this scene actually upsets me when it should be like the cherry on the top of the movie, is that the Illuminati just get absolutely punked by Scarlet Witch, like real fucking hard.
Oh.
Which, I mean, if you don't read the comics and don't really know who the Illuminati are, it's like, yeah, it's a good scene. Like, you have all these big names, and then that sells actually how much of a threat Wanda can be, which, sure, that works,
That's
but
the point of the scene, probably.
yeah, but if you read the comics and know who the Illuminati are, they should have had like a contingency plan for Wanda like a long fucking time ago. And like when Doctor Strange was like you gotta let me go, we gotta get out of here, like the Scarlet Witch is coming, like she's on her way here right now. And then alternate Captain Marvel's like, oh, we can handle Scarlet Witch if she dream walks over here. And I'm like, no, don't talk shit about Scarlet Witch. You should understand how fucking dangerous she
some
is.
bullshit.
I would think Professor X could fuck her up.
No,
Could just get in her head.
he
Whoa,
tried
wait,
and
no.
he lost.
But that doesn't make any sense, though, because psychic powers have been very distinctly defined away from magic, like throughout everything.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I feel like she should have zero defenses against it, because she has no telekinetic abilities.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And she's
So this sounds like a plot hole rather than an achievement.
well, I mean, she shows up and fucking the Illuminati shoves Strange off into a side room, and then they go to confront Scarlet Witch, and Reed Richards tries to talk her down, which I mean fair. That's probably something Reed Richards would actually do.
Yeah.
Try to defuse the situation.
That's what he loves to do, because he doesn't like violence. He's
Yeah.
a scientist first and foremost.
Yeah, he tells her straight up Wanda, you're possessing an innocent woman right now, because Bruce versus Wanda, even though she has powers, she never did anything bad. She's just a stay-at-home mom with her kids, and then gets possessed by 616.
Oh, it's kind
Scarlet
of
Witch.
cool, like the real deal. Like, you're ruining your own life, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this woman did nothing. Just like let her go, and then he's like, yeah, like if you don't, like Black Bolt here, like one word from his mouth will just erase you, which you actually get shown earlier in the movie. Like if you don't know who Black Bolt is the character so dangerous that the Inhumans TV show had to like actively work to keep him like out of combat.
Just too OP.
Yeah, like one of the best examples was I think back in like the early 2000s. Like, so the Inhumans live on the moon for some fucking reason, I don't remember why. And then like a Kree assault fleet showed up over the moon to like try and kill them. And Black Bolt literally just shouted the whole fleet out of the sky. He's like a Dragonborn cranked up to like 1 billion.
Oh, so what you're telling me is that he is so loud that he makes it where the vacuum of space does conduct sound.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, fantastic.
Like, as for all the not good the Inhumans TV show did, like, they did a very good job of demonstrating just how powerful Black Bolt is. Like, they end up in Hawaii, like, the show's not well written, but he's, like, confused, he doesn't know where he is, he's, like, walking down the street trying to, like, figure out what's going on, and then somebody reports, like, hey, there's a metahuman over there, like, go take him out. So a bunch of cops show up, and he instantly just, like, puts his hands up, he's like, I don't want to fight, I'm gonna surrender right now, but because he's a metahuman, those hands going up, that could be a threat right there. So they
What the
literally...
fuck are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like I said, the show's not great. But one of the cops literally tases him in the back when he's not looking, and he just, like, pitches forward and just, like, grunts in pain very slightly, and, like, the shockwave from his voice just sends, like, all the cars in the street just fucking flipping end over end.
Oh, so he's not even a Dragonborn. He sounds like a Greybeard, where they can't even talk without accidentally tearing people to shreds.
Yeah, he literally has to communicate through sign language, because
shit.
Because if he opens his mouth, like, he accidentally killed his parents when he developed powers, because, like, they were arguing, and, like, the stress of his parents arguing just activated his powers, and he's, like, essentially wanted to ask them, like, why are you fighting? And he asked it in what he thought was a very calm voice, and just fucking disintegrated his parents.
Damn.
Yeah. So, Reed Richards is like, hey, like, Black Bolt here, like, he's gonna, like, he'll wipe you out with, you know, a single word out of his mouth, and then, good job, smartest man in the world, Reed
Got rid of
Richards.
got rid of
Yeah,
his
she,
mouth.
like, looks at him and goes, what mouth? And just erases Black Bolt's mouth, like the fucking scene from the beginning of The Matrix when they're interrogating Mr. Anderson.
And then they go deeper into the comics, and so he just, like, sub-vocalizes, and it still kills her. Just the voice, like, just the rumble in his chest kills her. No?
No, he tries to panic scream and essentially disintegrates his own head.
Hmm.
It's like, man, Black Bolt is, like, one of them, he is or was one of the most powerful beings in Marvel comic, and they're just like, well, he's dead, and then Wanda looks at Reed Richards and just disintegrates him too. And then she ends up kind of in a psychic duel with Professor X, which, that's also bad right there, because Professor X has dueled people like, you know, the Phoenix Force and shit
Professor
like that.
X has simultaneously instantly killed every single X-Men by accident.
Yeah, so
All of them.
yeah, so there's no way in hell he would have actually lost a psychic duel to Scarlet Witch.
The only person I would even agree with him losing to, depending on the writer, is, of course, you know, Phoenix Force, because it's the fucking Phoenix Force.
Yeah.
And then I think some iterations of that icy bitch
Oh,
can defend from him, but can't even fight back to try to get to him.
Yeah, and Emma Frost, in some version of her powers, when she crystallizes her body, it's essentially like a physical shield against psychic
So
powers.
she can't even really battle against him. She can just put up a really good defense.
Yeah. So the ones who last longest against Scarlet Witch are Captain Carter and Bruce versus Captain Marvel, which, I mean,
I feel like they're really milking the Captain Carter because of how popular she was due to the What If cartoon series, because people love her.
oh yeah, she's
badass in the What If series too.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
she also got murked pretty fucking hard by Scarlet Witch. Like
Of course she did.
Like they're battling. Alternate Captain Marvel is like collapsing stuff around, so there's like dust and cover for her to be like constantly sneaking around the battlefield. But then she throws her shield at Wanda, and Wanda just like catches it and sends it back and literally cuts Captain Carter in half with her own shield.
So what you're telling me is that she kills a character who's most known for accurately and every single time catching a shield coming back at her?
Yep.
So that's fucking retarded.
Well, that just shows how badass Wanda is.
It really doesn't.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
what.
that's
Yeah,
what
she
it's
killed
supposed to be.
Captain America with his own shield, her own shield, whatever.
Yeah, and then ends up essentially just overpowering alternate Captain Marvel, which, I mean, I guess also fine because it is Wanda, and Wanda is a reality bender, but, I mean...
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel punches reality
OP
warps.
as fuck.
Yeah.
And you know how you brought up the whole idea of like the writers had to do their best to keep Black Bolt from being in too many fights because of how OP he was?
Yeah.
Other than the real life copyright issues, that's probably the main reason why Doctor Doom isn't part of the Illuminati as he is, because he's literally like if someone made the perfect combo of Tony Stark and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He is like max tech, max magic, and has done some crazy shit, and probably would have, I don't know, either turned the tide in everyone's favor or just 1v1 Scarlet Witch. If they were gonna go on like comic crazy shit like they're doing with Scarlet Witch now, like bring in like comic Doctor Doom and see what happens.
Yeah, I do at least appreciate the fact that Black Bolt is so powerful that the only thing that could kill him was himself.
Right.
But no, there was a very good flashback scene with where Professor X essentially psychically showed 616 Strange what happened to his Bruce-verse counterpart. And he was so fucking corrupted by the Darkhold and was about to like go off the rails and probably destroy all of reality that the one they chose to kill him was Black Bolt. And he just walks up and just in a normal voice you would think just says, "I'm sorry," and just erases Doctor Strange from existence.
That's Doctor Strange's one weakness, because from what I've seen, other than in the What If show run, he does have to do the whole thing to actually get a spell off. Like, he has to.
Yep.
So, or you just be like, sorry, dead. He has no moment to go like, bleh.
Yeah.
Nothing. No.
But just gone. Yeah, that's my one complaint with Multiverse of Madness is how badly the Illuminati lost to Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, especially with fucking Doctor Strange, because just go off of Doctor Strange from What If, even though that's what this movie is kind of referencing a lot to, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that was...
yeah, that Doctor Strange didn't absorb the... What was it called?
The Darkhold?
Yeah, the Darkhold. No, he absorbed the guy who wrote the Darkhold, basically, and
Yeah.
still was fine.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I'm 99% certain that the evil Strange, that 616 Strange, fights at, like, the third act of the movie is actually the What If Doctor Strange.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, because they show up in that particular reality, and, like, it's not the little thing contained in the bubble, but, like, that whole fucking reality is just falling apart at the seams, literally.
I know, but the What If Strange is insane. Like, did you remember, like, there's that one scene where he just, like, eats an explosion that would destroy the entire galaxy / universe, and is literally fine. I don't think it's the same one.
It's never...
It's really not. I don't think it is.
It's never confirmed in the movie, but it's also very heavily hinted at, because the conversation he has with 616 Strange is, like, it's full of, like, oblique little hints that, like, yeah, so I fucked up my reality. I lost my Christine, and that made me do some very questionable things. And I kept trying to fix it, but, well, look around you. I obviously didn't.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I feel like, like you said, poorly written movie, and they're trying to match up feats from a very well-written series that's only, like, 9 episodes long.
The writing of the movie is fine. It's just the Illuminati that keeps it from being a 9 out of 10. The rest of the movie's fucking great.
Yeah, they underpowered them just to make Scarlet Witch look insane, as she should, but still very... I mean, I haven't seen WandaVision, but I'm still just not convinced very much.
I'm not...
By just the movie and other things portrayal. I'm just not convinced.
Yeah.
They're making her as powerful as comic, Scarlet Witch, but they're not showing anything other than her without any means to killing powerful people. It's like, I mean, yeah, that's a really good, easy way to portray how powerful the Scarlet Witch is, but like...
Yeah, no, I would have been happier if they, like, I'm sure because, you know, Patrick Stewart's, he's getting up there in years, plus, like, I don't know, A Quiet Place guy is probably doing other things at the moment, so I imagine getting all these actors together was probably kind of hard, so they only had, like, a limited amount of time to shoot all the Illuminati
The
stuff.
MCU give them endless money until they have all the time they need.
Yeah, I know, right? But, yeah, if it was longer, and like the Illuminati were able to show off their powers a bit more rather than just being like, and you're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. I would have been a little bit happier with it if that's
Right.
the route they'd gone.
I mean, just do what every good like superhero movie does to show a moment of weakness or vulnerability for the main villain, and actually have them get seriously hurt. That's all you gotta do. Like maybe catch Scarlet Witch off guard for a second, and like she just has an arm like obliterated. But she's still overwhelmingly powerful with just, you know, the debilitating injury in the one arm left,
Yeah.
or whatever, anything.
Yeah, the way they eventually brought her down, which, well, I mean, it's the MCU, so nobody ever really dies in the MCU. But the one who finally finishes off.
Uncle Ben's still dead.
Well, that's very true. But,
Yeah, it's only Uncle Ben.
Yeah, and Aunt May, she's still dead currently.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, but
They'll probably say that.
Yeah, it hasn't been that. It has not been that long. Calm down, good sir.
I bet you.
It's been like a year and a year and a half.
It hasn't even been that long.
I know. I was trying to help you.
But no, I would bet with all the multiverse stuff going on, they're gonna do the whole Spider-Verse thing.
yeah.
And I would bet he'll see May in that our 616 Peter will see May in another universe or something, but that like his May is dead.
Well, they'll make it even more of a like a heartstring tug, and they'll make it to where it's like 616 Peter meeting, you know, an alternate version of Aunt May who lost her Peter, and it's going to be real heartbreaking when that Aunt May also dies.
Well, they could make it that Aunt May is a spider.
True, Spider-Man.
They had Spider-Ben
Yep.
in the comics. So.
Yeah, the one who ends up killing Scarlet Witch in the end is actually herself. And this was actually done really well in my opinion.
Confirmed. Black Bolt, Scarlet Witch, same power level. The only thing can kill them is themselves.
Exactly. So, America Chavez ends up opening a portal back to Bruceverse and kind of dueling with Scarlet Witch through the portal, and they end up going into the living room of the Bruceverse Scarlet Witch.
Oh, I was hoping not to use any paper towels, but okay.
Yeah, but she sees the alternate version of the kids that I guess she had in WandaVision, and she's like, "Hey, kids, like it's okay, I'm your mom." And then she realizes that those kids are absolutely fucking terrified of her because she's covered in blood and trying to kill somebody in their living room. And that
she's that detached.
yeah, and then she realizes like, oh, I am not being a mom to these kids like at all. I was
I'm a
actually
monster.
I was going to kill and replace their actual mom.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought she was controlling the body of the actual mom.
She was, but at this point, a portal had been opened between 616 and Bruceverse, so she was actually able to physically enter that alternate dimension. So both Scarlet Witches ended up being there at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, she was like telekinetically like throwing around the other Scarlet Witch. So the kids also saw like evil blood-soaked version of their mom literally beating the shit out of their mom.
Oh, so yeah, basically the kids are like, oh, there's an evil version of you. That's really terrifying. No.
Yeah, and they were scared shitless, and she realized like that was the moment like, yeah, no, I'm being a selfish monster, and nobody should have this power. So she ends up killing off herself and erasing the Darkhold from essentially all other versions of the multiverse, so no other Scarlet Witch could do what she just did. I love that movie. 9 out of 10, goddammit.
The only thing that worries me about this kind of stuff is that from this point onwards, character deaths won't really mean anything. I mean, sure, you will intellectually know, it's like, that's not that universe is so-and-so with that universe is so-and-so.
Yeah.
But it kind of is. Like, come on. It's the same thing when I was watching Supernatural, where throughout the series they killed off a few key characters, and then way later in the series they went to an alternate universe and literally brought all of them back.
Yep.
Even though they were completely different, and I knew they were, and they weren't the same people, but it's like it's the same actors. You guys are just bringing in the same people. That does not matter.
No. No.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, death is cheap in comics and manga. But all in all, though, 9 out of 10 movie. Unbiasedly, it's an 8 out of 10, but, but Bruce. But Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah. So, video games? The PlayStation State of Play this year was fucking bonkers.
The only thing I saw about it is the Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to it.
The Resident Evil 4 remake, which begs the question, does Resident Evil 4 need a remake?
No. Not at all, in my opinion.
I disagree, because I actually played through it again recently because of all the rumors, like, oh man, Resident Evil 4 remake getting announced soon. So I'm like, yeah, I'll play through it again, just in case the rumors are true, and I did. And
that's the Las Plagas one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I don't know, like, I'm honestly surprised they haven't remade it before now, because my main complaints about the game are the fact that you can't move while shooting, and the aiming in that game is fucking atrocious.
I mean, it was the turning point between the two different styles of playing Resident Evil.
Yeah,
I've never had a problem with the aiming, and the moving while shooting. If you could move while shooting in that game, it would be too easy. So obviously,
everyone who saw the chainsaw kill over and over again.
So obviously, the remake will have to account for that, because I'm sure that's the thing you hear all the time about that game is you can't move while shooting.
Yeah.
And as being a bad point, and it's like, yeah, but it'd be way too easy if you could. So yeah, in the remake, I'm sure they'll have it so that you can move while shooting, and they'll have retooled the enemies to compensate for
Probably
that.
just be faster, because like not being able to move while you're shooting isn't just like I don't like this gameplay choice decision. More like, I mean, every human I know can probably walk while they're shooting. Like, why can't I do this in this game?
Yeah, moving and shooting has literally been a thing since like Wolfenstein.
Well, yeah.
And
but
yeah, Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
in any case, I'm still like looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That like it'll be like, it's awesome that they're doing it.
Yeah.
I just think that there are other games I would have rather they remade.
Yeah, I would have liked a remake of Code Veronica more, but
Yeah.
like I said, I'm surprised they haven't like done a different version of Resident Evil 4 already, because
It's been released on every system.
yeah, and you have another game in the series that would actually be a perfect fit for Resident Evil 4 mechanics wise. It's called Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Yeah.
Which is like the perfect blend of actual survival horror plus a good amount of run and gun stuff. So like, if you just took the mechanics out of that game and then just kind of retooled Resident Evil 4 around that, then you would literally have a perfect game at that point.
Yeah.
But I am happy it's getting a remake, because I'm real happy for the actor who's playing Leon, Nick Apostolides. Same guy who did...
Same guy from 2?
Yeah, same guy from 2.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he self-admitted, like, I grew up playing these games, and when I auditioned, I sent Capcom a letter essentially promising them that I would give 110% to this game if they hired me. I'd leave it all on the stage floor, and then they gave him the role. So now, an actual big fan of the series, who's already played one of the biggest characters in the series, is now playing that same character in his biggest game in the series. Man,
Yeah.
that Nick Apostolides must be over the fucking
It is.
moon with that.
It is, as much as it's not his biggest game to me, but it's definitely just it is his biggest game, you know,
Yeah.
to most people.
Yeah, to most people. So like that, man, I am happy as hell for that actor.
A lot of people,
Getting, Yeah.
getting the chance to do that, that's awesome.
yeah.
But yeah, I see a lot of people on the like Reddit page and stuff who are like, man, I've never played the original Resident Evil 2. How do I play it without breaking the bank, because it's fucking expensive to get it for these consoles and stuff, which I've got it on 3 consoles.
Yeah.
I'm only missing I'm missing the Dreamcast version. I don't have a Dreamcast,
Nope.
so I don't care
Yeah.
that much. I still, it's a one day type of thing.
Yeah.
And there is that weird handheld version that I think was for... It was for some obscure handheld.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's really...
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah,
It's kind of like a piece of shit, but
yeah, it is.
I don't
Is it
have...
a Tiger Electronic game?
No, it's not that bad, but...
All right. Well, to those people on the Reddit, if somehow they're listening, let me tell you, I'm not gonna tell you exactly where to get it, but I know for a fact you can get a GameCube emulator called the Dolphin online, and then there's a site that's very easy to find, which is still up to this day, where you can get the GameCube ROM to play on your GameCube emulator. And I promise it'll run if you have a computer that was made in the last 10 years.
If you have a computer, you can find it easy enough and
Yeah.
emulate it.
And even better, if you Google the Resident Evil 2 HD project, you can actually get a modified version of the Dolphin emulator, which I have on my computer right now, that completely, I guess, remasters. It upscales the graphics in the entire game, and it looks awesome. So I promise, if your Google Foo is at least yellow belt levels, you'll be able to find a playable copy of Resident Evil 2 on the internets. I promise. It's not hard. But also, big announcement to come out of... yeah.
So I was just curious because... So the GameCube version... Probably the best way to play it.
Yeah.
Because it's scaled up and it looks nice.
Especially if you get the modified Dolphin, which upscales it even more.
Which, so I bought my GameCube copy of it for like 65 bucks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, 4 years ago or something. It was at the old house. And right now, the lowest price for used on Amazon is $100 for, and is that... Yeah, that's for disc only.
Yeah.
And I got it on GameCube with the case and manual and everything. So yeah, no, it's expensive to get the real deal. The cartridge for Resi 2 looks like $30.
Nice.
Which I have the 64 cartridge.
Yeah,
as
didn't
well.
I give you my cartridge of that, or do I still have
No.
my own? Okay.
You should have your...
Yeah. Okay.
And the PlayStation one, I don't know how much it is. I'm not looking it up. But that one's like unplayable to me.
Yeah, it's
Just because I'm so used to playing it on the 64 and then switching to the PlayStation with the... You have to use the D-pad too. I think you can get analog to work, but it's just funky, and I'm used to the 64, so I can't.
The only thing about the PlayStation version that's better than the 64 version is like the pre-rendered cutscenes.
Yeah.
Look better on the disc because like the people who made the 64 port, I think they were Team Little Angel, were weirdly enough I think a bunch of people who went on to work on the Grand Theft Auto games. And essentially they were like, we're 99% sure we could get this game to function on a cartridge. And they did it by like compressing the shit out of those pre-rendered cutscenes. So they don't look great on the 64 version. They look much better on the PlayStation version. But then the GameCube version just fixed that because technology.
Yeah. But no, I'm definitely... I am not in any way, shape, or form unhappy that they're remaking 4. Like, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, and
however, I still don't think it needed a remake, and definitely I would have liked to see like a remake of 0 and make it actually like fun.
Yeah.
And
or a remake of Code Veronica.
Or Code Veronica would be number 1 for sure that I would want them to remake next. But
yeah, the one thing that irks me about the remake of 4 is that it's next gen console exclusive, but thankfully I have a PC. So I can play it on the PC.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully I'll have a PS4 by then, the middle of
PS5?
next year. Or, yeah, PS5 by then, hopefully, because there's some other things that I hope are going to come into existence that'll probably be PS5 exclusive, like Bloodborne 2. Oh, excuse me.
If only.
Yeah, if only. But another cool thing to come out of State of Play, which simultaneously excited me and pissed me off, was they teased it at first. They're like a fan favorite from Sony's coming to PC, and I'm like, Bloodborne PC port? No.
Fuck you.
but Spider-Man PC port, which means mods, baby.
Yeah, that'll
Somebody,
be-
please mod me in an Agent Venom suit for the Spider-Man PS4 game.
When they do it, you have to buy it, and then I want the JJJ mod where you get to play as Jameson.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, no, I'll probably pick up the Spider-Man PC remaster because I'm definitely not getting a PS5 by the time that comes out. But I'm curious to play through the game again with Peter Parker's new face model because I've only ever seen it in that one rooftop scene with Miles Morales, and the lighting in that scene didn't give me the best look at his new face.
Oh, did they change it? I didn't even.
Why would they
see that.
change
Yeah,
it?
why did
They
do that?
changed it because the face they eventually swapped it out for was a better fit for Yuri Lowenthal, who was doing the facial capture.
Oh.
So, like, it fit his face better, so Peter Parker, in his new face, his expressions come across, like, more authentic and less kind of uncanny valley.
Gotcha.
Right, because like the eyebrows aren't stretching beyond or below what the actual eyebrows can do and all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
it's the same thing that kind of happened to Leon and Claire in Resi 2 Remake, where it was literally actors wearing somebody else's face, so it always looked just a little bit off.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand why they did it, but also I kind of liked his old face. It had a bit of Andrew Garfield in it, who is my favorite Spider-Man so far. So, but yeah, no, I'm curious to play through it again with his new face to see if it
He did the
matches up.
paw with their arm thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means he wants you to pet him.
I've been.
Yeah, but I do know that his new face makes him look like a lot younger than he actually is. So that's a thing. That's what a lot of people don't like about it, because this is Peter Parker in, like, what, his mid to late 20s in Spider-Man PS4?
Yeah, I would say like mid-20s. I mean, like,
He's supposed. I'm pretty sure he's canonically supposed to be 28.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, but...
I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
But, yeah, his new face makes him look like late teens, early 20s, which a lot of people don't like because...
it's supposed to be an experienced Spider-Man. That's
Yeah.
literally half the point of collecting all the goddamn collectibles in the game. Fucking goddamn.
Yeah, and then, like, the scenes he has with... Well, scene, singular, he has with Miles in the Miles Morales game, like, almost makes him look weirdly close to the same age.
Oh,
So,
I guess he's supposed to be 24.
no,
Yeah, that's what I
let's see.
figured.
Peter Parker.
Been on the
Wait, no, that might not be right.
Well, he said he'd been on the job for 8 years, and he got Spider-Man when he was 16, right?
I mean, he got the job at the Bugle when he was like 17 or 18.
Yeah. So, like, if we're going off of 16 and he's been doing it for 8 years, 17,
24.
yeah.
He's been doing it for 8 years.
He's either 24 to 26, depending on how old you have to be a photographer at the Bugle.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm like that. I like that game enough that it's definitely one I will buy again to play on the PC, and also because mods. There's gonna be mods, you know it. Give me my goddamn symbiote suit. But I also want a PS5 because then Spider-Man 2 comes out on the PS5, and also we got gameplay demo of Street Fighter 6 at State of Play, which looks awesome. Which is unfortunately also
I don't care.
Yeah, fuck you. I give a fuck.
You
Shut
know
up.
why I don't give a fuck? Because I got told today by someone else that there are 2 new main characters.
I mean, it makes sense.
Really?
Besides
After
Ken
30
and Blue?
years of no new main characters?
Yeah, I mean, if you follow the timeline, like, Ryu and Ken are getting old at this point.
They seem pretty much the same age every game, except for maybe the
Oh
recent
no,
one.
Ryu has definitely aged.
No,
in
he's
Street Fighter
to the
6.
crisp old age of 36.
Nah, I'm guessing he's in his either late 40s or early 50s at this point. But yeah, no,
Anyways.
it looks great. They've overhauled the graphics again. A lot of people are comparing it to like Def Jam, weirdly enough, like very hip hop influenced like visuals and sound, which is awesome because the
that's
last time
dope.
Street Fighter did that was Street Fighter Third Strike, and that one is widely believed to be like the best Street Fighter game, bar none.
Ooh, I've never heard of that one, so I don't
It's-
know.
Well, I mean, if you've played it,
Tell
which-
like technically the best, or just the most, or like what do you mean by the best?
like technically the best, like the best playing Street Fighter game out there
Oh,
with like
okay, well, I
the
can buy
best
that.
mechanics. Like, yeah, no, it was an older game. I played it on the Dreamcast, I think, and
Jesus, the
Yeah.
one that made it the best fighting game mechanical wise if it was a Dreamcast
It was
game.
just like it was responsive. It was easy to pick up, hard to master. It had like a parry mechanic, which hasn't really ever come back in any other Street Fighter game.
Because you don't parry a punch.
Fucking.
Well, you can like there's like in that game like you could block a punch, which gave you knockback and chip damage, but like parrying instead of like holding back to defend, you would actually have to time it to hit forward right as the attack lands, and you'll block it with no chip damage or knockback, and then you were essentially in a safe like frame rate or frame distance that you could instantly launch a counterattack.
I forgot if I was remembering this wrong, because I remember me and you looked it up one night. But fucking Def Jam, man.
Yeah.
Fucking disc only. $164.
Jesus.
Disc only.
Yeah.
I wonder what a
Save baby.
complete.
Come on.
Got $200. Used acceptable. Disc only. Fuck off. Disc only. 244. Yeah, so $250 if you want Def Jam, the original, not the greatest hits version,
Yeah.
in the original case with manual, cover art, everything. $250 for Def Jam. Were there really that few copies made of that?
Yeah, not many. So, yeah, I
Strange.
found the video, and this is what I was talking about with the parry mechanic. Come witness this, Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimmy, go with it.
Right when I fucking sat down to get.
I mean, you should witness it too, Noodle. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I'll wait for him to come back.
Like, apparently he
Just
had...
to attract the dogs near me better, because I was freaking them out because I'm so fucking tall. Right when I sit down, I was like, yeah, come take the seat, Jimmy. Yeah, fucking come take the seat. How about you sit on the fucking floor? Fucking goddamn cock sucking.
Exactly.
I'm just being, wow. Marv and,
Harry.
yeah,
You're
I'm
being Harry.
right now, yeah.
Yeah, you're being Joe Pesci. That's his name, Joe Pesci.
No,
Took
I
me
was
a
thinking of the
minute.
character name. I know the actor name.
Yeah. And it makes me sad that he doesn't really do movies anymore.
I mean, yeah, he's really old, and I think he's done.
Yeah, I mean, he did do that one movie with Robert De Niro, The Irishman, but that was like his first movie in like 10 years,
Well,
I
The
think.
Irishman came out years ago at this point.
Yeah. Alright, so, observe Ken's health bar at this point. So, normally chip damage would kill Ken if he tried to block what's about to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So he's parrying there, not blocking.
Oh, is this the... I've seen this.
Yeah, and then proceeds to hit the super off the parry
Yeah.
and win the fucking match.
He parries every single one. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. Yeah, people who played it fucking love Street Fighter Third Strike. Including myself. It's not my favorite Street Fighter game, but... I mean, it's top 3, just because it's that fucking good. But yeah, we got the Street Fighter 6 announcement. I think we saw another trailer for God of War Ragnarok, but we already knew that was coming out later this year anyway.
Oh, I might finally play that first one because the games...
Yeah, the
PS Plus games, the first God of War is going to be on there this time.
Yep.
Wait,
And-
it is? Like,
Yeah.
right now?
Well,
June 7th is when that hits.
yep.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna delete, like, 3 games.
That and motherfucking Nickelodeon All-Stars, baby.
Ugh.
Fuck Smash Bros. That's never happening in this house again. Once I get the game, you can play some tonight. But
I've
I was about to say,
Otherwise-
motherfucker.
I've already
Otherwise-
played it. I'm not a fan.
otherwise, this is a Nickelodeon All-Stars house. I don't want to
Until
hear
everyone else gets
anything.
better than you. at
I don't want to
Nickelodeon
hear
All-Stars.
anything. Yeah, right. I'm gonna have it, so I'm gonna play it
I'll
every
fucking buy it
day.
too. Fuck
It's
it.
And
gonna
I'm,
be free.
I'm gonna play fucking SpongeBob just to piss you off.
I'm gonna play fucking Squidward just to piss us
Squidward's
off.
not on. If Squidward was in the game, I'd play Squidward. They're like, duh.
Oh, it's just fun. Is it one character from each show?
No,
or some
Patrick's
shit?
in the game.
I think Patrick is
Yeah, I'll play
playable
it
as well.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'll-
I would way rather play it. Like fuck Patrick. Squidward should have been in.
Yeah, like I guess I'm gonna have to pick up whatever that tiny goth girl is and kick all your asses with her.
Fucking Larry should have been in there.
Goth Girl
The
from
fucking
what?
big
I don't know.
lobster.
I saw her in the gameplay. And I don't know.
You mean like
is it
Mandy
Mandy?
from the Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
No,
Or,
but if Grim were in that game, well, Grim would be my main.
Well, I mean, Grim's a little bitch, so...
I don't care. He's Jamaican. He would be my main.
That's a weird reason.
You're making me angry.
That's a weird reason to.
No.
decide
But
to
also, I did see that Hugh Neutron is getting added to the
drink
game.
faster, you gotta catch up.
So
fucking Hugh.
Yep.
I had
Yeah, you're
3
going to the
beers
Shadow
earlier,
Realm, Jimbo.
so- Yeah, I had 3 bears earlier. I'm not that far behind. But yeah, mainly, unfortunately, no Silent Hill news.
No.
But those leaks are looking more and more credible that we're getting a Silent Hill 2 remake, a new game, and some sort of like Telltale Games style game, except without the shitty art style. I hate that art style in those. I don't know what it is.
The cell shading?
I normally like cell shading. Like Jet Set Radio is
It's the
one
reason
of
why I
my
don't
favorite
like
fucking games.
Wind
But
Waker.
Wind Waker is beautiful. That is a beautiful. I don't know what the difference is with the Telltale cell shading and stuff, but something about the way they do their art style, I don't like it at all. I fucking hate it. I played through the first Walking Dead one that came out,
Yeah.
and
The Wolf Among Us was actually really good.
I hear plenty of them are really good. The Walking Dead one that everybody said was so amazing was very okay, and like it was fine.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
Lucy Loud from The Loud House is the character I was talking about. Never seen the show.
Yeah, I don't
But
what
you
the
know
fuck
what?
That is.
She's goth and apparently curses people, so I guess if I have to play Nickelodeon All-Stars, I'm on board, even though I really don't fucking want to.
I mean, I'm down with it. I like to make fun of it because it's a TV network inspired fighting game. All it's doing.
Yeah, but it's not a good fighting game is the problem. Like Smash Bros.
Oh, I've heard it's pretty fun.
I mean,
And the videos I've seen of people playing it, they always have fun. In
I've
fact, 90% of the time people are laughing. And when
Yeah,
I
'cause
watch
they're playing it.
when I watch fucking Smash Bros videos, 90% of the time people are raging. So,
Well,
you know,
like-
which one is going to be more fun? Laughter, rage.
Rage keeps you playing every week.
Yeah, that shouldn't. The fun should keep you playing. Ian
Oh.
was talking to me at work the other day, and he's like, "Hey, we should set up your 64 on Friday and play some Mario Kart." And I was like, "Man,
Oh no!
I was like,
no,
man,
he
I'm
knows too.
Yeah, I'm not.
yo, he knows."
He knows.
I was like, "You really want to do that?" I don't think you. I haven't played in probably over a year, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I will
I
pee on
think he's looking to give you the closure you need. Every time I play video games, you get hurt.
Well,
or
even
when you don't and you get better and you win, and it's like, keep doing it.
Even
and you're
when
so
we
close.
played the Switch version, I was beating his ass, and I don't even like those new ones.
Yeah.
I'm just too good at Mario Kart. There's no point.
Yeah.
You know when we need to really find a neutral field and figure all this shit out? Mario Party, all of us.
I refuse.
No, yeah, I fucking hate Mario Party.
Oh, why? Because you lose?
No, that
Because
has
it's
nothing to
not
do
fun.
with it. It's just I fucking hate. I hate. I hate being
Rolling dice,
married.
playing mini
I hate
games?
being married to the console for an hour. So like that Monster High School or whatever.
Oh yeah,
That was
Monster Prom.
fun, but I still
No,
I
fuck that game.
fucking
No, fuck that game.
while I did have fun and those games were fun, I still hated having to sit there for a full hour to play the game.
I didn't
like
like
that-
sitting there for a full hour trying to figure out how I lost or won. What happened? I have no idea.
Yeah, you made one wrong choice.
Yeah, no, I don't like the way that Nickelodeon All Stars plays. Like I don't know, maybe
I haven't played it.
maybe Smash Bros has just spoiled me because that game responds pretty well when I play it.
Okay, well, obviously I'm being a bit ridiculous.
And
Yeah.
also,
We're-
Joy-Cons are an issue.
Yeah, Joy-Cons are an issue, which is why I don't use them. But yeah, no, just the way Nickelodeon All Stars feels like I'm not a fan. I'm hoping that WB fighting game Multiverses is gonna do better, and from the alpha demos I've seen, it already is.
It won't. It'll be the fucking same. Just like fucking every other Smash clone that comes out, they're all like kind of shit.
I mean, Brawlhalla is not. Brawlhalla is actually awesome.
Brawlhalla's fine. There's the other more like 32-bit style one.
Oh, Brawl Stars?
No,
That game's ass.
No, because it's an actual good one. It's where it's like a 16-bit style one. You've got the only guy I really remember is like the whale guy, the like orca guy. But that one's actually really good. But you know that also wasn't made. Any of them made by a big company for the most part are just absolute fucking. They end up just being. They're just fodder. Like PlayStation All Stars. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
but
that
it's
game
also
was,
kind of shit.
Yeah, that game is horribly unbalanced, but at least it felt good to play, which is very important when you have a fighting game. But no, the multiverses actually looks like I tried to get into the closed alpha, but unfortunately I didn't. But the beta's coming out next month, and that game is it looks good. Like, it doesn't look Smash worthy, but at the same time, it's also free to play. So the fact that I don't have to pay for it, whereas if I wanted to play Nickelodeon All Stars again, I'd have to pay for it, which
No,
I
it's
don't
free on PS Plus.
well,
That's what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
it's going to be, but it was not a free to play game in the first place. And also, did you see the most recent trailer for Multiverses?
No, I know nothing about it.
Okay.
The game I was talking about though is called Rivals of Aether.
Oh
Aether.
right, yeah.
Yeah, that one's really fucking good. And I played it when it was like very alpha. There was only like, I think there was 3 characters.
Yeah. But you should check out this trailer. It's real fucking good. I'm actually gonna. You know what? I'll throw this one up on display and mute the mic so people.
What's my location? Computer,
Yeah, but that Iron Giant bit got me right in the feels.
So
Like, if nothing else, the
Fit-
marketing for this game is fucking on.
Yeah, even if it ends up playing like shit, which I wouldn't be surprised if it's unbalanced and not
I mean,
the best, but we'll see.
Unbalanced is fine as long as it responds well and it actually feels fun to play. Unlike Nickelodeon.
It's got Finn and Jake in it, which already makes me love it, and then Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Yep.
Which, while at this point the meme is dead, you still like to see it.
Yep.
But yeah, that bit at the end with
the Iron Giant,
Superman and Iron Giant, and Superman. Oh, you're with me then. That's amazing. That's heart melting. But also, everyone's gonna die. Like everyone else is fucked.
Yeah, no. Superman shows up, it's over.
Yeah, and now he's got the Iron Giant as an assist. Like
no, the Iron Giant's a fully playable character.
Well, I know, but I just mean when it comes
assisting Superman in a fight.
Yeah. Those two would kill everybody else, but also at the same time, you've got reality warpers like Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry in there.
Yeah, that's right, but Superman is a reality breaker, so he'll just keep punching the fake realities until they die. So I don't know.
I don't know. You know, Bugs Bunny could literally just pull some kryptonite out of nowhere.
And very Superman easily. Like, oh yeah, the one comic where it didn't really hurt me that much, and then all of a sudden
you could be like, "Hey Doc, what's this? Have you ever seen a rock like this before?" And that'll just because Bugs Bunny would have taken a wrong turn at Albuquerque and ended up
at Area 51 to get the kryptonite.
Yep.
But also, Arya Stark asks the question, "What do we say to the God of Death?" Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Denied. I mean, you know what? Arya's fine. I like Arya, but I'd rather have had Ned Stark in the game, personally.
Wait, there was an Arya Stark?
Yeah, she was the one who was teaming up with Bugs Bunny.
She was the one who was beating up Shaggy at the. That's what we
replay
said.
because that did not look like her, and I didn't realize you said Arya Stark.
No, it looks like a cartoon version of her.
Why the fuck is she even here? Is my ox?
Because she's.
That literally looks nothing like her, except for maybe the hair. That's
and
it.
the big ass eyes.
Oh, the big like in every other animated character. What?
I think that definitely looks like an animated.
I've never seen Arya
like
Stark
a stylized animated version of it.
I've never seen her wear a skirt.
Did you watch season 1?
When she was a little girl.
And no, you're
she was wearing
She's
pants
worn
at the
skirts throughout the whole fucking show. She has.
While she was disguised.
Yeah. When
That's
she
not
was
the
like
same
selling
thing.
the fucking oysters to the guy. Yeah, she wore a skirt then.
No, but like representing her as Arya Stark, not in disguise, giving her a skirt. It's a little weird. When she's herself, it's always pants.
No, it's not a skirt. She had pants under it. I think that's called a baldric, is what she's wearing.
It's the big old heavy coat because she lives in the cold.
Yeah, and she does have pants on underneath it.
For like an episode, she lives in the cold.
Borrowed some tips from Link on dressing.
No, that definitely
Skirt and
looks like a
pants.
cartoon stylized version of her.
But why is she here?
Because WB.
Yeah, it's literally WB Properties Smash Bros.
Yeah. Which
I didn't know.
Yeah, I
Warner
guess
Bros.
I didn't know.
I thought it was HBO that owned the rights to it.
HBO does. But
Yeah. See, that's why I'm confused. I'm like, why is she even here? She's not a cartoon character. She's nothing. She's a real life, like, TV show character. How does she have anything to do with literally anyone who's here? No.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm super confused. Like, Arya, are you out of your fucking mind? This
No,
is a WB Cartoon Network shit going on.
Somehow into WB. Game of Thrones.
Well, then so is the rest of... What? Where the fuck is anyone else then? Let me get the Night King. Let me get some Jon Snow.
Well, they chose a character.
I feel like it's so out of place. It's just
it should have
ridiculous.
been, like, if they were going to...
It's too out of place. I'm sorry.
And also, not all the characters have been revealed yet, so there could be more.
Even more ridiculous characters that have no place being in this game. Yeah, I get you.
I think it's completely fine. I don't know why you have such a problem with it.
I feel it's all Looney Tunes characters and Superman and then Arya Stark. Are you seriously telling me you can't understand why it's a weird?
Property. They're throwing her in. Game of Thrones is popular.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. People are
Since
still,
the 8th season, it
people
has
are
dropped
still-
so fucking far.
Well, yeah, because the show's not on anymore, but there's still a billion people waiting for the next book.
Yeah, that's never going to come out. That everyone's already kind of resigned to it never coming out because he's going to die from a fucking fat ass heart attack before then.
All right. Well, according to
No,
hey, shut up for a second.
I'm trying.
According to a very reputable leak, we're also getting Samurai Jack, the Powerpuff Girls, Animaniacs, Duck Dodgers, Scorpion, Ben 10, and Ted Lasso.
Okay, all other characters
What?
from cartoons or video games.
No, Ted Lasso is from a
What
fucking
Ted
like
Lasso?
Apple TV show where he's a coach. That's really fucking
Apple
strange.
TV.
That one's
Oh,
fucking
so now
weird.
you're finding it strange.
Well, that one's weird because he's just a football coach. He's so the show is he was a football coach in America. He's having like troubles with his wife or something. He gets an offer to go and coach a soccer team in Europe, at England, I think, and goes over there. So and the whole thing was he heard like, oh, football coach. Okay, I'll go coach football. But football over there is soccer, and so he's just like. And I watched an episode or two. It's a good show, but
he's not even combat
that's absolutely absurd. Yeah, there's that one is absurd. Yeah, like.
But
dude,
still,
his whole character, his whole point is that he's like super overly nice and just likes everyone, and like even people that don't like him end up coming around and being like, yeah, okay, he's the nicest guy ever.
Maybe all of his attacks aren't even attacks. They're all just like different like speeds and forms of compliments that makes the enemy like pause in like appreciation.
He's zeroed.
Are they in the same place?
Zeroed in on.
Oh, they moved slightly closer.
Well, they left. Well,
I mean, since from when I saw the other one,
move closer.
Anyways, no, that. I mean, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I bet you it'll play probably about the same as the Nickelodeon All-Stars.
God, I hope it's better.
I would be willing to bet that it'll play something like that.
Oh, the in-game animations already look better, so there's at least that. And this game's only in alpha right now. I'm probably sounding highly critical of Nickelodeon. It's because I wanted it to be really, really good, and then it was mediocre at best.
Well, yeah, turning any like syndication or series into a fighting game isn't always going to get you the best results.
Yeah.
Especially when you get so desperate, you add in Arya Stark from Game of Thrones along with Superman, Iron Giant, and fucking Scooby.
I don't think they were desperate. She was one of the
like own, and she's probably the most popular character on the show. Most likely.
She's top
from
3
a
at
live
least.
action rated M fucking show. Out of everything
Yeah,
else
but
in that
how
game,
many
it
kids
makes.
fucking watch it anyways?
It's like Deadpool. Fucking kids still watch
I haven't
that
heard
shit.
anyone younger than like 20 even talk about Game of Thrones. Because it ended 3 years ago on the worst fucking finale ever. It's not popular anymore.
It's
Like,
still-
the book
it's still
readers
popular.
are still interested because they're not watching the show. And
It's
the
still-
show is over.
It's still popular. People still like it.
Yeah.
It's still a very good show.
Hey, it still
It
had
had a
7
poor
good
ending.
seasons.
It's not like it's Lost where people were just like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, there was
like it's like
The show's over.
it
The
could've
last
been
book
better.
came out 10 years
They
ago.
should've- It should have like been a longer season. They should have done more, but like I still didn't like hate the last season.
Yeah,
It still had plenty of like good stuff in it.
Yeah,
but
like the Clegane
it just
Bowl.
should have been longer. It should have been
Yeah.
more than 6 episodes.
Like, I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of the way it ended either, but at the same time, like, there were still 7 good seasons. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to see Jorah Mormont in Multiverses because he was my favorite fucking character.
Literally all the rest of the show is almost a 10 out of 10. That last season probably dips down to like a 7 for me. It's still very good. It could have been handled better and wrapped up better and done better.
It could have been handled
Yeah.
infinitely better. Like, we could spend all night talking about how much they fucked it up. Oh, so now he's trying to attract the cats up onto the st- This is why I don't give a shit when he has problems, because he causes them. Look at him.
No, I come out here and leave.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. God, that's a big cat, though.
Yeah, see, this is why the cat keeps coming back.
Well, I've never once pet them. They don't let me.
Yeah, because you keep trying, and that's why he keeps coming back.
Well, look at him.
Yeah, he's a little black cat.
That he did not care about that at all.
I'm gonna look to see if there was anything else that came out of Sony's State of Play that we need to talk about, but I don't think there was. I watched most of it, and a lot of it was kind of forgettable.
I think in general, I'm just underwhelmed entirely by everything.
Very
Still-
possible.
Still very excited for the Resi 4 remake.
Yeah,
Okay,
Wish-
no, that's cool. That's dope.
Wish we would have heard something about the Silent Hill stuff, but it's coming. It's gonna happen. So
yeah. I mean, Final Fantasy 16 looked good, but I'm also not a huge Final Fantasy fan.
And
Yeah,
also,
I
they're
don't
on
care at
16.
all.
My God. I mean, they're all different, so I guess.
Oh shit! The Callisto Protocol got a gameplay trailer, which is a Dead Space-esque game made by like the old school Dead Space developers.
yeah.
So it's either going to be better than Dead Space, or it's going to be a far cry in desperation from Dead Space.
No, I mean it's. It looks like instead of like an engineer, I think you're playing as a prisoner in a prison that gets overrun by like not necromorphs. Oh wait,
Nazi necromorphs?
no, not
No.
necromorphs.
Get
Oh.
Leave.
It's
No.
there's a lot of Dead Space in the trailer.
Sick.
Like, if you watched it, you'd see a lot of similarities. And yeah, like I know Dead Space is getting a remake. I mean, which great, I guess, but also a new game by the OG developers of Dead Space. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I am excited for that Dead Space remake because I never even played the original one. I've never played any of them, and every time I say that, everyone's just like, "What the fuck? How? You like those types of games?" But I just never played it, so I'm excited for the remake.
Wait, you never played Dead Space?
No,
I thought I loaned it to you.
no.
I also genuinely believed. I could have swore you played at least the first one.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
I own Dead Space 2. It's right there,
Yeah.
but I've never played it. I don't know where it came from. That's just one of those games that ended up in my possession after living with a bunch of people and it getting left behind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, same here.
Let's see. Horizon Forbidden West got an update, which essentially added transmogs and New Game Plus, which cool. I mean, I was playing that game already anyway, so fine. But yeah, other than that, nothing really jumped out at me. I just somehow forgot about the Callisto Protocol, which looks incredible. Which I'll show you guys the trailer after we stop recording. 'Cause
I mean,
it's
I'm
pretty
I
fucking
know
cool.
I'm late, really late to the party, but I am super enjoying Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Which I know I'm super late, but you have to understand. For Breath of the Wild, I have played and beat at least a single time every single mainline Legend of Zelda game, except for some of the mobile games, which are a fair few of them, but.
Yeah, I mean, you already know my dislike for that game, but I am genuinely happy that you're enjoying
Yeah,
it.
and also, the reason why you're mad, you find a fucking suit that helps. I remember the main reason you were pissed off is like, you can go anywhere you want except for it's too fucking hard. Yeah, you go somewhere else, or you find the climbing armor that makes it to where you can climb anything, anytime.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, me neither until I found a piece randomly and then kept looking.
Oh.
That's kind of how the game goes.
Well, I mean, does it help you not get one shot by enemies in the desert zone?
Oh, in the Gerudo zone?
Sure.
I mean, in like the late level zone where it's very heavily implied you should be extremely prepared before entering this area.
Nothing told me that when I went there.
Did you fly
Well,
over the
when-
mountains and drop
to-
into the middle of
to
the
be
zone?
fair,
No, I walked.
To be fair,
It tells you if
when
you walked.
when you get to that zone and you get one shot, that's kind of it telling you.
Yeah, I know.
And to be fair, the
And
entire game one-shots you leading up to this. When I got to the desert, I had been one-shot killed by so many things.
And you know
It
that
just happens. You avoid them next time.
you know that
And
I'm
you
not
don't lose
really
anything when you die either. No.
defending the game either because I have my own problems with it. My problem is not to go anywhere. It's I hate weapons breaking, even though everyone's like, well, you always find a new one.
No,
Well,
they're literally
I
fucking
played like
everywhere.
I played like 30 hours, and there's plenty of times where I was just like, well, I guess I'm using a stick.
Yeah, I mean,
How? How?
I don't
How
know
did you get
because
reduced to that?
I don't know.
I've literally never gotten close to having like, all I got is a stick. How'd you get there?
yeah, I also didn't have that problem. I mean, granted, my inventory was full of shitty weapons, but if one busted, I just kind of pulled out another one.
Yeah, I'm using a stick or like a Boboco spear or some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, but point is, I am genuinely glad somebody is enjoying that game. It's just, it's
Well,
not for me.
I am loving it. Like,
Like it.
it's the only game I played for more than 20 minutes in the last like 3 or 4 weeks. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I played every other Zelda game or like what it is, but like every single time I play that, I'm so fucking happy. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I kind of understand like there's a problem where like there are some areas that don't warn you about how dangerous they're going to be, because I get it. I entered the cave in a certain area. It was not the same area as the Gerudo Desert. It was the one area that's kind of between that and the snow area.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one little slit.
Yeah.
Well, in that area, there's a cave that once you blow the cave open with a bomb, it leads to a shrine. But before you get to the shrine, you walk into the entranceway to the cave, and 6 different guardians target you at the exact same time.
Oh, God.
Yeah, yeah. And I haven't gone back there yet, but I have seen someone on YouTube. He somehow perfectly deflected all 6 in a row.
Nice.
But I don't know, man. Like, dude, every time I die in that game, I never feel like it's not my fault. It's always my fault. It's always me not paying attention to my life meter. It's always me not paying attention to like the environment, or like just forgetting to heal in general. Like,
Gotcha.
I don't know. I'm loving the game, and I'm glad that I love the game, because I was kind of worried, you know, especially after talking to you guys for so long about it before I actually got to play it. You know.
No, I'm genuinely happy that you like it.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a good way to end the podcast.
Okay.
We're ending.
These are the leaked plans for Phase 1 of the MCU, the Morbius cinematic.
Ah,
universe.
yes, it's Morbin time.
Oh, okay. The MCU.
It's Morbin time!
So you got Morbius,
Yeah.
then you got Morbius 2, Morbius.
Nice.
Then you got Morbius 3, Morbius versus Blade, Morbius versus the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Morbius wins.
Yeah.
Morbius versus the DC
I like
Extended
how they left
Universe,
it ambiguous on Blade.
Morbius wins. Morbius kills God, Morbius 8, The Reckoning, Morbius 9, Morbius X, Morbius, the series, which runs from 2032 to 2189.
Nice. I mean, he is immortal, so.
Morbius XI, Morbin time. Morbius 12, Resurrection. Morbius the 13th. Morbiverse of Madness. Morbius 15, Morbius. Morbius versus Jared Leto. Morbius versus Kong. Morbius versus Morbius. Morbius 19. Morbius 20th century. Morbius. 21 Morbiuses. Morbius Across the
21
Mordverse, Part
Morbiuses.
1. Morbiverse. Morbius Across the Mordverse, Part 2. Morbius Across the Mordverse, Part 3. Morbius 25. Morbidly Morbius. Morbius versus Blade 2. Morbidity War.
Oh, Blade still survived, so he won the first one.
Morbidity War. Morb Game. Morbius 29. Morbius versus Jared Leto 2. Son of Morbius. Morbius 2049. The Morbengers. Mordman and the Morbius. Captain Morbius. Morbius 36. Morbius 37.
What
the
year are we at?
We're at 2052 on
Okay,
this one.
let me pause here for a second and say that I'm a little sad that Morbius 30 was not Morbius Triple X and also was not a porno.
Well,
Yeah, me
continue.
too. Actually, now that you mention
You
that,
know,
I'm really
for-
mad too.
For some women, it might be considered that because Morbius 30 was Morbius versus Jared Leto. And, you know,
Yeah,
attractive
but-
men, but
Missed opportunity there, Morbius Cinematic
Jared
Universe.
Leto's not attractive.
many women disagree with you.
Yeah, because they're fucking insane.
Morbius 37, the Mortacular Morbius. Morbius and Venom. Morbius vs. Venom. Morbius kills Venom. Morbception. Morbius 43, Morbius Gaming. Morbius 44, Morbius is 11. Morbius, a new Morb. Morbius, the Mordpire Strikes Back. Morbius, Return
So, like, I'm
of the
not allowed to
Morb.
talk about how much I don't like Arya in the game, but he can literally just sit here for 10 minutes naming this shit.
Well, we're almost done. Morbius.
Are we really?
Morbius 48. Morbius. Morbius 50. Morbius, the Phantom Morbius. Morbius, Attack of the Morbs. Morbius, Revenge of the Morb. Morbius 54, Morbzilla. Morbius, Little House on the Morbry. Morbius, the Morb Awakens. Morbius, the Last Morb. Morbius, the Rise of Morbius. Morbius, Beyond.
Are you fucking
Morbius.
done yet?
Morbius, Into Morbness. Morbius 62. We're in 2068 now, and this is only phase 1. Morbius and the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Fantastic
Starring Nicolas
Morbius. The Morbman. The Morbius. Breaking Morbius. Better Call Morbius. And 2071 is where phase 1 ends, right there.
Gotcha.
So,
So
looking forward to phase 2.
I almost want to start a Kickstarter or something to like. Well, first off, I need to
Just
find.
make trailers for all.
No. What I really want is I'd have to look it up, but I'm hoping the original Green Ranger, Jason David Franks, has a cameo, so we can put up a collection to literally have him get like his morphing buckle and go, "It's Morbin time."
If that hasn't already been done, I'd be surprised. But
I looked yesterday, and as of yesterday, I did not find it, but I want that desperately. All right, well, yeah, we're gonna call it there, and as always, it's Morbin time.
the gravy
it's
is
Morbin
resistant.
time, but that's just a Morby.
A game theory.
I hate you both.
Why?
No,
The
I
end.
was hoping that would be the.
Oh.
Now